everybody, I'm Jen,
And I'm Tammy.
and they call us Woo.
Welcome back, everybody. Today is a little bit of a special episode. Jen and I talked a little bit, and we have decided we are going to take a little bit of a break. We're not entirely sure how long this break is going to be, but we feel like when we are guided to get back into it, we definitely want to get back into it. We do want to express how much we really have enjoyed spending this time talking to each other, interacting with you guys. I know we've got our listeners that listen to us every time we come out, and we thoroughly appreciate that. So, this is not a forever goodbye at all.
Nope.
But basically, it just came to, Jen and I both have a lot of things going on, like good things.
A gazillion and 10 things.
Yeah, we have a lot of things going on right now that it's taking our focus away. And the podcast has always been fun for us. And we feel like um, maybe you've noticed we've had a few more weeks that we're missing here and there for our weekly podcast or whatever. We just haven't been able to be as present with it. And we really want to be present with it. So we just decided that it made sense to take a break, focus on the things we need to focus on, and come back when we feel like it's a really good time to get back into it again.
Agreed. And you know what I just realized? Okay, this is a sad thing for me, but it's kind of funny. My brain just realized that us taking a break now means that we aren't going to be here necessarily to do a Halloween podcast, and nobody's going to get to see you dress up in that lovely outfit that you said you were going to dress up as, which I don't even remember what it was.
About that. Now I'm like, what was that? I forgot
it was like
about
something
that.
with cellophane, and I don't remember what it was.
I'm gonna have to go back and see what it is again, because there was something to that. Was it a crystal? I can't
It was fluorite. It was
That's
fluorite.
what it was. Okay. Yes.
So
I already have the blue part
Halloween podcast. So maybe we'll just have to like randomly take pictures and like do a shout out of us in our weird Halloween costumes.
That's not a bad idea. We could actually put something on our seldom used social media.
I know, right? One of the things that gets neglected when I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Yes. Well, and I mean, like I said, we really enjoyed this, but it takes time. Like,
yes,
we do all the editing and all that other stuff ourselves. So, yeah, we just feel like it really feels good right now to have this still be on a high note where we're still having fun, and it's not supposed to be stressful.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fun.
We don't want to end up hating each other because it's stressful. So we're going to take a break before that happens. Not that we're on the verge of that.
I was just going to say, I don't know that I will ever hate you, but I don't want to hate the podcast for sure.
Yeah.
Because this has been such a fun adventure, and you're right. I think we should post stuff. You know what? That's a good point. We'll just randomly post stuff on our social media as we see fit. So, we're still around and we're still okay. But that said, all of our previous episodes will still be up. So if there's ones that you like to revisit, like the meditation ones or stuff like that, I mean, feel welcome to do that. Feel welcome to still interact, because we're still around. We just won't be actively monitoring things the way that we have been trying to anyway for a while. Maybe not always great at it, but we've been trying.
At least we're attempting.
Yes.
It's all about growth.
Absolutely. But speaking of that, I did have a little time to think about how much I feel like we both have had so many interesting growth experiences since we started it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. And I really hope that there's other people who listened who are experiencing similar things and got to grow with us a little bit.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, enjoyed our growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the other thing is I've realized that sometimes I can get a little bit serious and try to focus on things a little bit too much. And I think this brought a lot of funness back into my life. And some of the growth was me letting go of some of my responsibilities. I told you I was not being very responsible this week. I was being responsible, just not responsible,
Your version
responsible.
of not responsible is still
Yes.
responsible.
My version of not responsible. So I went to a business meeting this week, and do you know what I got to do? We had a Chamber of Commerce meeting, and we got to go and do a ribbon cutting afterwards at a new trampoline park. And I did not know we were going to do a trampoline park ribbon cutting. So I was all dressed up. I was wearing a dress, and I was wearing my heels, and I was wearing pretty necklace, Herkimer diamond necklace, and so big stone. It was beautiful. Um, and then I went to the ribbon cutting, and everybody was like, "Are we allowed to jump on things? Are we allowed to do things?" And I'm like, "I'm going to ask the owner." And so I went and asked the owner if we could jump, and they have slides that launch you into the air. So Jen was like, "Slides." I was so excited. And as long as we signed a waiver, we could go on the slides. So I got to be the first one at this ribbon cutting to go down this giant slide that you ride on this little carpet thingy and slide down, and it launches you into the air. And then you land on this big giant air-filled pillow thing. It was great.
I
So
saw the
that was
video.
part
It
of
looked
my
fun.
Oh yeah, I showed you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was part of me not being responsible while still being responsible and going to my business meetings.
I'm glad that you took some of that from it, because I think it has been interesting to have like a little bit of documented history of all of this, because I of course had the massive openings and shifts and stuff too that I think were a beautiful part of all of this, and just the different things that we got to discuss and the curiosity we got to approach things with. Because that's the fun part, right? Like, there's so many things. Once you realize the entire universe is something that you can get information on, it's like there's so many things to be curious about. And
Yes.
I love that part too. So that's why I want to protect it, like
Yep.
be able to hold space for something that feels really joyful and positive and curious and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. When you love something, put it on pause.
If it comes back
Don't let
to
it
you,
go.
then it's yours. There you go.
Yes. That's my way of saying that other saying. That's not the way it goes.
Like I told Jen earlier, a friend of mine that I talked to about this today said everyone loves a good comeback tour, so we will be
And we're
looking
gonna-
forward to that.
And we're going to pull out guitars and long hair
Oh,
for
my
our
Lord.
comeback tour.
I do not know if I could even pick a single note on a guitar anymore, but
Anymore, I don't know
pretend.
that I know how ever. I just doesn't need to be good.
We'll figure something out.
You can wear your cellophane. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
So-
cellophane. That's not right.
No, cellophane is right. I think you got it mixed up with telephone.
I know, right? I don't know. I'm kind of giddy. I've been drinking my cacao, and I'm all giddy and excited.
Yes, I had an amazing meeting this morning with my business partner and one of our friends who's kind of helping us out with this whole big, beautiful healing center that's in the works. So I'm feeling kind of giddy too, where
Nice.
just that good positive energy. I'm just very grateful for the opportunity to do this, and yeah, I'm really grateful for when it's time to come back.
Me too. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been listening. I know Tammy already said how grateful we are, but I'm super grateful that there's people who listen, and that there's people who reach out, and there's people who interact, whether it's through email or on social media or whatever. and are curious because
Mm-hmm.
our curiosity is here. And it's always good to know that there's other people who are listening and are curious too.
Mm-hmm.
And that people really are opening up and wanting to experience something different. Um, yeah. So I'm super grateful for everybody. And
Our
I'm,
roommates.
yes, our lovely, lovely roommates.
It's been a
Yeah.
while since you've thrown a new pun out there, so.
I know. See, this is what happens when I get serious and I have too many things to think about is I get serious and I don't say silly things. Well, I think I always say silly things, but I think that I don't do puns as much when I'm stressed. So if you guys have noticed, there have not been as many puns because I've had way too many things on my plate and my brain does not work on puns while I'm stressed. It's true.
I feel like that would be pretty impressive if someone's brain works in puns even when they have a million things on their plate.
I think I unintentionally do puns a lot of the time. Like, and then I'm like, hee hee hee, did you hear what I just said? And I don't realize that I say it until after it comes out of my mouth. So there's that.
Well, everyone
Yeah.
has that to look forward to when we come back then.
Yes. Yes. I'll be much more punny then.
Perfect. So yeah, in the meantime, you guys, if you don't already follow our social media, we will make an announcement when it's time, and like I said, we'll drop in here and there and let you know how things are going. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Silly pictures. Yes. I hope everybody has an amazing day and an amazing, amazing Halloween
Yes,
because
agreed.
spooky season.
Is
Dress
the
up,
best.
enjoy it. You can
Yes.
be whoever you want to be every day, but especially on Halloween.
That's when you can just go wild and indulge that little piece of yourself. But let's be honest, most people, even if they don't want to admit it as adults, still like to dress up. And this is the one
Yes.
time of year where everyone is thinks it's perfectly acceptable. But I mean, you
Yes.
can do it anytime. But seriously, do it for Halloween.
Yes. Yes. I agree with that. On that note, thank you, everybody, and
Mm-hmm.
have fun until we see you next.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Mwah.